What's up guys? Welcome to my first ever Airsoft video. I will upload this on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if anyone is interested in checking out this review, you can find it there. Today we will be reviewing the Maxx Model Hop-Up Unit. This will be a review, a first look, and a comparison video. As you can see, I have the old gen Maxx Pro Hop-Up units here. If anyone remembers this bad boy when it first came out, you were a legend. This hop-up unit was a favorite of mine for many years. It has the old school retention clip for the BBs. Comes with these metal arms and a grub screw that holds in the arm, which I did not like. But luckily, Maxx Model has improved upon this design with a new way of holding in the hop-up arm. It's held in place by a pin and a tiny grub screw here. Today we are going to be talking about a new Maxx Model product. Their newest line of hop-up units has finally been released, and the CEO of Maxx, his name is Andy. He is a very nice and generous guy. He has provided me the new hop-up unit to review for you guys today. So these are the old generations, M4E, M4A, and M4P. Now, this is the new Maxx M4E. This is the new product, freshly released. Been on pre-order for a couple months now. They brought back the gold color that everybody loved from the Maxx Me Pro Hop-Up unit. And one thing I would like to point out is the beautiful packaging of the new Maxx M4E Pro. The old packaging usually consists of a plastic bag, but this just looks like an exquisite piece of art, which it is. Now, the next few pictures you're about to see is the hop-up unit in detail and all of its pieces that it comes with, all the nubs, springs, and even washers. And enjoy this exquisite piece of art. Well, I hope those pictures were an insight for you guys just as to what this Maxx Model product has to offer. Now, as you've seen in the photos, it comes with everything you see here. It comes with a concave nub with two dampeners. You have a dampener with a hole in it, which I assume is softer. Then you have one without the hole. This is the hard and this is the soft dampener. You add these dampeners to the bottom of the metal nub in order to add give as you're hopping BBs to give yourself more consistent shots. So depending on your BBs, your FPS you're shooting, if you choose to go with this nub or the hard flat nub, you would have to find a dampener which works best for you. Too hard of a nub or dampener will cause inconsistent shots and a lot of overhopping and underhopping. So if you insist on going with the hard metal nubs, make sure you use the correct dampener. You may need a soft one, you may need a hard one. Now if I turn these to the side, you can see how thick this is. The hard flat nub is not very thick, but don't let that fool you. This is a very well made part. This sits right on top of the bucking at 0, and as soon as you begin to apply hop, it pushes the nub or our hop patch down into the barrel window. Same with the concave. This works the same way. It may be small, but it will go down in the window with enough hop. Now let's get into some of the new features that Maxx has to offer for us. They have given me 2 bags here, some filled with O-rings. These go on your inner barrel right up against the end of the hop-up unit itself to press it further into the gearbox. It comes with 5 O-rings which you can add or take away to make sure you have just enough where your hop-up unit isn't moving back and forth when you're shooting. Now, the next feature that I would like to point out, which is very nice, is this bag of shims here. The problem that most people have when they're setting up a Maxx hop-up unit, they give up too early on it. They put it in their gun and wonder why it doesn't shoot the way they want it to shoot. Maxx hop-up specifically says it takes 21mm nozzle length in order to work. It says right here in the instruction 21 to 21.25. Because this is an aluminum hop-up unit, a precisely made hop-up unit, you need the proper nozzle length. Now, instead of buying a new nozzle, what Maxx has done, they have included shims. You would take off the inlet adapter here, and you would add these shims. Add or take away shims, whatever you need to do to make your nozzle fit and make a good seal with your bucking. Now, already pre-installed is the old flat nut. This is the 4mm. Usually this comes with a 4mm hard flat. But I requested from Andy, the CEO of Maxx, to get the 6mm for my DMR. Now, in the old days when R-Hop was first being experimented with, a lot of people would use erasers or soft sponges as an M-nub of sorts to push the R-Hop patch down into the barrel window. See, Maxx has included a soft flat nub in their product. You can get it in 4mm or 6mm, but it comes with the 4 pre-installed. Now, another feature I would like to talk about would be their improvement upon the hop-up arm assembly itself. Now, if you look at the M4P and the M4A, I do not have a hop arm in it right now, but the hop-up arm was usually secured by a pin and a tiny grub screw that goes in right here. Now, for a lot of people, it's very easy to lose that screw. It is very tiny and very aggravating for some. So Maxx has heard what you guys have been talking about, and they have replaced the grub screw with an O-ring. So in order to take this out, you would just pull it straight out. So in order to take this out, you would just pull it and the O-ring would snap off from the hop-up arm. It only uses one arm as opposed to the Maxx Pro, which uses multiple arms, whether it be a claw arm, a flat arm, or what have you. Another feature I would like to talk about is the small improvements that Maxx has made on their hop-ups. In the past, a lot of people would have problems with double feeding, whether it be an aluminum hop-up chamber or a plastic, so they would take drill bits and drill little holes, I don't know if you can see it, in the top of the hop-up unit itself to allow the BBs to go further up so it would not double feed. But what Maxx has done, after hearing you guys' request, they have integrated a small divot right here for the BB to sit. So you have no chance of having any double feeds. Maxx has geniusly added a divot for your BBs to sit. I am very pleased with this. I am also pleased that they have added an alignment ridge right here where the C-clip goes in, so you can make sure that you are lined up with the ridge in your inner barrel. This barrel comes from my Polar Star, but as you can see, this ridge would line up with this. So I think that concludes my first look review of the new generation Maxx M4E hop-up unit. Please stay tuned for the part 2, which will be a shooting test in my DMR at the field at Gunny's Warfare Center in Marshall, North Carolina. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you in the next video.